Alright guys, we are back with another video. We're going to talk about what's going on in the skies right now and how they're grounding all these flights domestically all around the US, but yet a lot of people are reporting on how they're not grounding any of these private jets. They say that NetJets flies out 1,500 jets a day. I don't know about that total. I think that's a little exaggeration on their part. But think about it. That's one company that is flying out privately every day, at least hundreds of flights, while you've got one traffic controller that's got to take care of that crew. So it could be a crew of maybe 4 people, and it's going to take a traffic controller to bring in that plane of 4 people, just how would a traffic controller to bring in a plane of 300 or 400 people. Do you see where I'm going with this? So you've got these champagne jet setters up here flying all around, and you can go online and actually look up the logs of all these planes and where they're going to. And they're flying to Vail. They're flying, a lot of them are flying. These are not international flights. These flights are right here in America. They're going from like New York to Vail, Lake Tahoe, on little trips, little vacation trips, or little luxurious business trips. But like I said, these little planes of a few people on them are taken away from air traffic controllers that could be bringing in planes full of hundreds of people. So now you've got folks that are going to miss out on their holidays while Mr. Champagne's up there looking down saying, ha, 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 you poors. Well, I'm going over here on my little leisurely trip to Vegas or Tahoe or Vail, Colorado. You guys aren't going to be able to go nowhere. Excuse me. And, that just goes to show you the class system in America. If you're worth millions of dollars, then in the eyes of our country, you're worth more than somebody that's going to be taking commercial with 300-400 other people on that flight. And I call it similar to trickle down economics. The rich are pissing on the poor as they fly by in their private jets, and they demand that an air traffic controller brings their little crew in of 4, 5, 6 people, while the people who are riding commercial are told they can't get a flight today and they need to find an alternative route to their destination. So you're starting to see news channels even talking about it, like News Nation, which I was surprised to hear them even say anything about it, because they usually got a bunch of rich guys on News Nation talking about how how it's not their fault that these things are happening, and they try the whole semantics bullshit of laying the blame on somebody else because they don't want to discuss the real situation. That's why even News Nation had invited one of the CEOs of these private plane groups to come on there and talk about the situation. And what do you think he did? We all know what he did. He declined to come in and do the interview because these guys feel entitled. They feel like they don't own us poors an explanation for anything they do. They can just do it, and that's it. You don't say nothing. You keep your fucking mouth shut, and you let them sip their champagne on their private jet while your grandma, your aunt, your uncle, brother, and sister now can't visit their family for the holidays because this asshole up here has his crew of a few sipping champagne off to their 4-hour flight to their little resort area where they're going to sit for the weekend and wine and dine while you miss out on your holiday with your family. But that's my 2 cents on the situation. I'm Tommy. This is Talking with Tommy. I appreciate all my new subscribers. Sorry, I can't talk today. I've only had a half a cup of coffee. But anyhow, yeah, subscribers, new ones, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you. Please share my content, guys. It really helps out with the algorithm, and it helps out with the channel in general. I appreciate you guys a lot for tuning in. I'll be back soon, and you take care of yourself and take care of each other. Bye.